Students at the University of Manchester have ripped down the fencing which was installed around their campus on the first day of the 4-week lockdown.
They are in fact fencing us in.
And there was police / guards on the door saying that they couldn't go in or out.
This is ridiculous. It's
Caging you in
like animals.
They've knocked every single fence along here.
The university had spent £11,000 fencing in their halls of residence.
Caging us in when we are being stuck in these halls. So just first of all, health and safety wise, if we could try and social distance a little bit, and if we can all wear our masks, we don't want them to blame us for spreading COVID again.
And we will be better. Financial, academic and physical safety now. Safety now. Safety now.
Safety now. Safety now.
I know the uni has said they are offering extensive mental health care and they are taking student concerns very seriously. But if they were listening to us, they would never have put up that fence. The fence is a perfect symbol of how out of touch the uni is with the students.
All these photos started filtering in on student social media groups, and we were just absolutely shocked to see it, and it seemed like no one had any idea what was going on. The first thing I did was call on-site campus staff to see if they could tell me anything that was going on, and they had no idea either. He told me it was for student safety, and when I inquired as to what specifically about student safety, he had to say, I'm sorry, I don't know. So there was a clear lack of communication to students and for staff there, which is abhorrent. We feel that the only way for us to move forward through this pandemic, which is constantly changing, we need to have improved communication. We would like to have, ideally, a sit-down meeting with those up in the university and have an honest and frank discussion as to what our needs are and how they can make those happen. So there has been some negative feedback, I think, from the pushing down of the fences. I think some people saw that as an overreaction. And I think what they don't understand about that is how the fences were just a tipping point for student frustration. This was not some over-the-night thing where students were feeling pent up and wanted to go out and push some fences over. This was a moment where students had so much going on anyway.
I first noticed the fences when I was walking across campus at around noon. No one knew what was happening. They were being put up around every building. Lots of buildings were entirely enclosed, apart from small gates to let people in and out. I think the first reactions was just anger and confusion. We'd had no warning. There wasn't any emails that had been sent. No one really knew what was happening. And obviously the first day of lockdown, national lockdown, was scary enough anyway. To see that come up around your home caused a lot of anxiety and fear from the students. I think it's terrifying. Mental health amongst our campus has been really low. There was a boy who died after the last isolation from mental health after being locked in, and the fact that they would then do this just shows how this is a complete sign of disrespect. So yeah, I think going forward, I don't know how the uni will, it's hard to rule out anything that they could do. So the rent strike is a kind of response to the poor accommodation here and the fact that we were brought here under the pretense of having face-to-face teaching as well in blended learning, but that was cancelled after day 3. I'd never been into the university once, and now I can't break my contract if I wanted to come back when face-to-face teaching resumed. And the standard of accommodation is horrible. There's been break-ins, there have been maintenance issues, flooding, rodent infestations, and quite frankly the university is just not doing enough about it. And we're paying more than last year, yet we have no access to the same facilities, to common rooms and communal spaces and subsidised bars.
The anger and the passion that people have shown over the last few days is incredible. Now is the time to mobilise and take action. It is so important to show the university that we are a united front and we will not back down. If they want to treat us as a collective problem, to be solved en masse with no consideration for students as individual human beings, then so be it. We will be that collective, collectively in solidarity with one another, a united, colossal body of young people ready to fight for change.
stick up for each other. Whether that be if you're sticking up for yourself, your friends, your neighbours or total strangers, don't stand idly by as our university increasingly operates like a greedy, money-hungry machine at the expense of our right to education. At a glance from 2018 to 2019, you'll see that 6% of our fees inevitably went towards student support. Do you guys feel supported right now?
No!
Did you feel supported when you were made to come to halls a few months ago and were subsequently made to isolate with people you barely knew?
A couple in yellow uniforms I don't recognise stood behind you. Filming being done up to the wrong side. It's for your safety. Your safety, you understand? Right, you are being told now to move. Please move. I record this, record it.
I'm recording it.
I'm a University of Manchester
I'm recording
student.
it.
They're trying to snatch my car from me. It's not his car. You see, I take this racial profiling. You might did go for him, you came for me, blood. You came for me. Take my car. Read what it says. Read what it says. Read what it says. What does it say? What does it say? What's my name? Read it out loud. Read it out loud. Is that me? This guy. Oh, mad. Student. Oh, mad. Oh, mad. Harassed by these man.
And you're not wearing a mask.
Oh, my God.